Let me tell you something. Ladies, men aren't always going to say, I miss you. That ain't how a lot of us operate. Sometimes, instead of words, we communicate with silence. But don't get it twisted. That silence, that pause, that distance, sometimes it screams louder than, I love you. It's just that you got to know how to read it. See, when a man goes quiet, he's not always gone. Sometimes he's trying to figure out how to come back. Men are taught to be strong, controlled, emotionless. But when he starts feeling you, when you get deep in his heart, it shakes that control. And instead of talking, he pulls back because his feelings are louder than his words. That silence is him thinking about you at night, scrolling through your pictures, typing messages, then deleting them. Sitting in his car before going home, just remembering your laugh, your touch, your presence. He doesn't want to seem weak. He doesn't want to chase. But inside, he's missing you like crazy. His ego is fighting his heart. And sometimes his silence ain't distance. It's protection. He wants to say, I miss you. But he's scared. What if you don't feel the same? What if you've moved on? So instead of reaching out, he watches your stories, checks your online status, waits for you to message first. That's a man silently hoping you still care. But hear me well, don't chase him. Don't lose your worth trying to decode a man's silence. When a man truly misses you, he won't stay silent forever. That silence will turn into a message, a call, a hey, you've been on my mind. A man who truly values you will come forward. Because missing someone is one thing, but doing something about it is what makes him real. So, yeah, if he's quiet, it might mean he misses you. But your peace, your value, that should always speak louder than his silence. A man's silence can be louder than any words he speaks, because when a man truly misses someone, he does not always express it with clear sentences or emotional speeches. Instead, he goes quiet. Not because he doesn't care, but because he cares too much. Silence in his world is not emptiness. It's full of thoughts, questions, memories, and feelings he hasn't learned how to say out loud. Women often think when a man goes silent, he's moved on. But sometimes that silence is him missing you in ways he can't admit. He thinks about you in the most unexpected moments, while driving home, waiting in line, lying in bed before he sleeps. He replays your conversations, your laugh, your smile, and every little thing you ever said to him. But instead of telling you, I miss you, he holds it inside because he doesn't want to seem weak or desperate. Men are raised to believe emotions make them vulnerable. So when they feel something deep, they retreat into silence. That silence is not the absence of love. It is often the evidence of it. He scrolls through your pictures, opens your chat, types, hey, how are you? Then erases it because his pride and his fear start a war inside his mind. What if you don't reply? What if you've moved on? What if he means nothing to you anymore? So instead of risking rejection, he chooses silence. But that silence is screaming, I miss you, but I don't know if I should say it. Late at night, he checks your online status, wondering if you are thinking about him too. He notices if you posted something new, if you look happy, if someone else is making you smile. He won't say a word, but his heart feels heavy. His friends might not even know he's going through this because he won't talk about it. Men often grieve and miss quietly, not loudly. They hurt in silence. They remember in silence. They love in silence. And that is why his silence can be more honest than his words. But silence is also his escape. When he misses you, his mind becomes noisy with emotions, so he tries to calm it by withdrawing from everything. He may work more, stay busy, distract himself, pretend he's fine. But even while pretending, your name stays in his thoughts. He wonders what you're doing, if you ate, if you're wearing the perfume he liked. The world thinks he has moved on, but inside his silence, he is still connected to you. Sometimes he even hopes you'll text first so he won't have to break the silence. He waits, checks his phone, puts it down, picks it up again. That's his silent hope that you still care. He may not make big gestures or long speeches, but his silence says he hasn't forgotten. Silence is his way of loving from a distance when he doesn't know whether it's safe to come close. His silence is not emptiness. It's full of emotions he cannot translate into words. That is why when a man is quiet, don't always assume he has stopped caring. Sometimes silence is the loudest way of saying he misses you more than you think. He sits there with his phone in his hand, staring at your name on the screen. His thumb hovers over the keyboard as he types, "I've been thinking about you," or maybe just a simple, "Hey," and for a moment, his heart beats faster because it feels right. It feels honest. But then, just as quickly, he deletes it. Not once, but over and over again. That's not confusion. That's his heart trying to speak while his pride keeps shutting it down. You see, when a man misses you, but he's scared to look vulnerable, he won't always send the message. He'll write it, feel it, mean it, and then erase it because the fear of your reaction is louder than the desire to reach you. He thinks of what might happen if he sends it. What if you don't reply? What if you reply coldly? What if you've already let go while he's still holding on? These thoughts stop him every time. So he does the only thing he knows. He stays silent. But that silence isn't empty. It's filled with unspoken sentences, unfinished texts, and emotions he doesn't know how to handle. He'll check your last scene. He'll notice the green dot beside your name. He'll watch your story, and he'll wonder if you're okay without him, or if somewhere deep inside you're missing him too. There are nights when he lies in bed, scrolling through old chats, smiling at memories, but also feeling that ache in his chest. He stops on a picture of you, and suddenly he's there again in that moment, laughing with you. He types again, "I miss you," but before he sends it, he erases it because a voice in his head tells him, "Don't, stay strong. Don't let her know she still matters." That's not ego talking. That's fear pretending to be ego. Fear of rejection, fear of seeming weak, fear that he may care more than you do. Men like to act like they're fine. They'll joke with friends, go to work, post selfies, look busy, seem unbothered. But what you don't see is that quiet moment in the car when he turns off the music because it reminds him of you. You don't see him taking a deep breath every time your name pops up in his notifications list, praying it's you. And every time it isn't, he feels that silence even louder. He'll open your chat, type, delete, repeat. That's his heart fighting a battle his pride keeps winning. He has the words, but not the courage. Because to him, sending that text means putting his heart in your hands. Again, and he's not sure if you'll hold it or drop it this time. So instead of saying, "I miss you," he watches your life from afar. He laughs when you laugh in your videos, gets jealous when someone else comments on your posts, and wonders if you'll ever reach out first. Sometimes he waits for a sign, any sign, that you want to talk to him too. Like a small message, a memory you share, something that tells him it's safe to speak. But until then, he stays in that silent place between wanting you and being afraid of wanting you too much. That's why when a man writes and deletes a message, it's not just hesitation. It's him silently confessing, "I miss you more than you know. I just don't know if I'm allowed to say it." He doesn't text you. He doesn't call. He doesn't say the words, "I miss you." But somehow he's still there silently, watching your stories, checking your last scene, noticing when you're online and when you're gone. He's not speaking, but he's paying attention. And that right there is one of the quietest ways a man says he still cares. When a man has truly moved on, he doesn't look back. But when he watches you from a distance, without saying a word, that means there's still a part of him that hasn't let you go. Late at night, he opens your profile, not because he wants to like a post or comment, but just to see you. He watches every story you upload. If you post a picture smiling, he stares at it longer than he should and wonders if you're really happy or just pretending the same way he is. When you post something sad or emotional, he thinks about writing, "Are you okay?" That same hesitation keeps him silent, but doesn't stop him from worrying. He notices little things, the song you posted, the quote you shared, the caption that sounds like it came from a broken heart. He reads between the lines, hoping it's about him, and at the same time, afraid it might be about someone else. He doesn't say it out loud, but he feels every part of it quietly. You might think he's forgotten you, but he's there in the shadows, keeping up with your life in soft, quiet ways. He remembers your routines, so when he sees you online late at night, he knows something's off. He wonders if you can't sleep because you're thinking too much, maybe even about him. But his pride keeps his fingers from typing what his heart wants to say. Instead, he does the only thing that feels safe. He stays silent and watches. Because in this silence, he feels connected to you without the fear of being rejected. Sometimes he'll tap on your profile picture just to see it in full. He zooms in slightly, then quickly exits like he did something he shouldn't. When someone else likes your post or leaves a heart emoji, he feels that sting. He won't admit it. He won't mention it. But inside, jealousy burns quietly. It's not the kind of jealousy that explodes. It's the one that sits heavy in his chest and whispers, "What if she's happier without me?" He may also keep old chats with you. He doesn't delete them. Sometimes he scrolls through them from the beginning, reading your good mornings and your late night talks. He stops when he reaches that moment where things changed, where replies got shorter and feelings got heavier. He sits there staring at the screen, thinking about how easy it was when you were still his safe place. And yet he says nothing. He posts quotes that no one understands, but you would. He plays the songs you once loved, not because he wants to remember you, but because he never actually forgot. His silence is not the absence of thoughts. It's the overflow of them. He checks if you're still following him, if you viewed his story, and that one tiny sign from you means more than he'll ever confess. So while it looks like he's gone, he's not. He's still holding on in the quietest way possible, by watching, remembering, feeling, and hoping without saying a word. Sometimes his silence isn't distance, it's fear. Fear of losing, fear of rejection, fear of being the only one who still cares. A man may miss you deeply, but instead of reaching out, he pulls back, not because his feelings disappeared, but because they became too strong to handle. He thinks about texting you, calling you, showing up just to see you. But then another voice inside him says, "What if she's moved on? What if I'm just embarrassing myself? What if she doesn't feel the same anymore?" And so he stays quiet. His silence doesn't mean he stopped loving you. It means he doesn't know if it's safe to love you out loud. Men are taught to be strong, in control of their emotions, never too desperate, never too vulnerable. And when he starts missing you to the point it hurts, that pride fights with everything inside him. He doesn't want to look weak. He doesn't want to be the man who begged to be loved. So he convinces himself, stay quiet. If she wants me, she'll come. But deep inside, he hopes you still think about him too. He has conversations with you in his head that he'll never actually say. Things like, "I miss you. I still care. I wish things were different." But the fear of you not feeling the same makes him swallow those words. So instead, he stays in that silent space where he feels everything but says nothing. Sometimes silence is easier than hearing the truth he doesn't want to hear. He might even start acting like he's fine, hanging out with friends, posting pictures, making jokes, living life. But when he's alone, when the world goes quiet, the truth shows up. He replays the good moments. He wonders where things went wrong. He thinks about your smile, your voice, the way you said his name. And then the fear returns. What if he reaches out and you don't answer? What if you answer like a stranger? So he chooses silence because silence hurts less than rejection. There are times he writes a message and then stares at the screen, his fingers hovering over the send button, his heart beating fast. He wants to send it. He wants to stop pretending he doesn't care. But then he deletes it, turns off his phone, and tells himself, not today, not because he doesn't miss you, but because he's terrified you don't miss him back. Even when he's silent, he still watches. He notices your stories, your pictures, your captions. He reads them like secret letters trying to find a clue. Do you still care? Are you happy without him? Are you waiting for him? Or are you gone for good? He won't ask you directly. Pride won't let him. Fear won't let him. So he stays far enough not to get hurt, but close enough to still feel connected. And that is what most people don't understand. Silence is not always the sign of someone who doesn't care. Sometimes it's the sign of someone who cares too much, but doesn't know if they're allowed to. His heart is loud, but his fear is louder. His love is there, but his courage isn't. He isn't ignoring you. He's protecting himself from the answer he's scared to hear. Don't chase a quiet man, because if he truly misses you, silence won't be his final move. A man might stay silent for a while to protect his pride, to fight his fears, or to sort out his emotions. But if the feeling inside him is real, it won't let him stay quiet forever. Real feelings always push for action. You don't have to beg for attention. You don't have to send endless messages or prove your worth just to be seen. Love that is meant for you won't make you run after it. It will come to you with effort, with intention, with courage. When a man genuinely misses you, silence may be how it begins, but it won't be how it ends. There comes a moment when his heart gets tired of holding back. He keeps seeing your name in his notifications list. He sees your smile in his memories, and his chest feels heavy every time he hears your favorite song. He can ignore it for a while, distract himself, pretend he's fine, but it doesn't go away. That quiet missing turns into restlessness. He starts questioning himself. Why am I still thinking about her? Why can't I move on? And slowly, that fear that kept him silent starts losing the battle against the feeling that's been there all along. Because missing someone is one thing, but choosing to do something about it, that's love. A real man, when he understands your worth, won't let silence be the last chapter. He'll pick up the phone, type the message, or call you and say what's been sitting on his heart. Maybe it's not a perfect speech. Maybe it's just, hey, how have you been? Or I've been thinking about you. But what matters is he breaks the silence, because effort is louder than absence. A man who cares will never let his pride be bigger than his love. But the important part is you don't chase. You don't force him to talk. You don't beg him to choose you. You stand still. You value yourself. You let him come if he really wants to. Because when you chase someone who is silent, you lose yourself in the noise of trying to be enough. You start thinking, maybe if I try harder, love more, text again, he'll see my worth. But that's not how real love works. Someone who truly values you won't make you prove you deserve love. He'll already know it. When a man misses you and you don't chase, something changes inside him. He realizes silence won't bring you closer. He feels the distance more. He notices your absence deeper. He understands that love is not just about feeling. It's about showing. And that's the moment he decides. Either he steps forward or he loses you. And if he chooses you, it won't be halfway. He'll come with effort, apologies if needed, and actions that say, I choose you not just in my mind, but in my life. And if he never breaks the silence, then his silence was your answer. Not all men who miss you are ready to love you. Some will feel you in their heart, but never come forward. That's why you don't chase. Because the right one won't let ego, fear, or silence stop him from choosing you. A man who truly misses you will show you. Not just think it, not just feel it, but act on it. And until then, you keep your dignity, your peace, and your worth right where they belong, untouched. Your value is never proven by how hard you chase someone. It's shown by how confidently you let real love come to you. A lot of people think love means running after someone, fixing everything, proving your worth until they understand what you feel. But that's not love, that's fear. Fear of being alone. Fear of not being enough. Real love doesn't start with chasing. It starts with choosing. A man who truly misses you, who truly values you, won't stay hidden behind silence forever. He'll step forward. Because a woman who knows her worth doesn't run after someone who left. She stands still, and the right person finds their way back. There's a kind of quiet strength in not chasing. It's not arrogance. It's not pride. It's dignity. When a woman knows her value, she doesn't beg someone to stay. She doesn't send message after message trying to keep his attention. She doesn't lower her standards to make someone love her. Instead, she says, if you want me, come correct. Show up. Speak. Be real. She understands something powerful. Love is not proven by how long you wait or how hard you chase, but by how someone chooses you without being forced. If his silence lasts forever, then his silence is your answer. And even though that truth hurts, it also frees you. Because love that is silent forever was never love. It was confusion, attachment, or comfort. A man who truly sees your worth will not be comfortable staying away. He will miss your presence, your energy, your peace. And missing you will push him to move, to speak, to change. Silence will only last as long as his love is weaker than his fear. The moment his love becomes stronger, he comes forward. But while he's deciding, while he's silent, your job is not to chase. Your job is to grow. Focus on yourself. Heal. Breathe. Live. Because when you chase someone, you stop chasing your own life. You pause your dreams, your joy, waiting for someone else to choose you. But when you choose yourself first, everything changes. Your energy shifts. You glow differently. You stop begging and start attracting. You stop forcing and start receiving. And you know what? The right man can feel that shift. He can feel when your spirit no longer chases, but stands grounded in self-respect. A real man is not just the one who misses you. He's the one who does something about it. He doesn't let ego win. He doesn't wait for months hoping you'll reach out first. He takes the risk. He decides that your presence in his life is worth more than his fear of rejection. And when he comes back with intention, not with a hey at 2 a.m., not with a you up text, but with effort, consistency, and honesty. Because a man who loves you will show it in actions, not in silence. And if he never comes back, then your silence becomes more powerful than his. Because a woman who knows her worth doesn't break over someone who couldn't see it. She grows. She glows. She attracts better. The right love won't make you beg. It won't stay silent. It won't make you question your value. It will choose you clearly, loudly, proudly. So don't chase the silence. Don't chase the past. Let love come to you when it's real, when it's ready, when it's brave enough to stay. Until then, your peace, your dignity, your self-respect, that is your loudest answer.